All right, welcome to the coaching call. Jesse Willoughby and Steve Merritt here with the Extreme Agents coaching half hour. How you doing, Jesse?
Fantastic. How are you?
I am fabulous, fabulous. So right now, we are towards the end of the year. We're getting around the holidays, which you're going to see. We have, first of all, I want to say that we have a couple of new people on the call today. Cindy has joined us from my market here in the Chicago suburbs, and Taylor is also joining us today from downtown Chicago. Taylor's going to be an agent on our team, and she's brand new to real estate. So she is, I don't even think the ink is dry on her license. I don't even know if she's fully got an MLS and all that yet, but she's already rocking and rolling and ready to make some money. So first of all, we have a very specific program that we talk about. We talk about, information out of our book, basically, which is the Extreme Agents Blueprint. And there's specific things that Jesse and I do and have done over the years to do X amount of business, and we know it works. We learn from some other coaches and mentors on how to do this. And our method and our process definitely works. The one thing about the actual blueprint is a lot of agents will not follow it. That's the only failure that there is not following through and actually, doing it and taking the action. So we understand that life gets in the way and that not all of us are able to, work a consistent daily prospecting routine or regimen. But, if you want to take your business above the average and way beyond this, the blueprint is definitely the way to do it. If somebody is on this call and doesn't have our book, we can get that for you. We can also get you into the coaching program here by going to extremeagentsvip.com. Jesse, if you put that in the chat over here, so we have it available for everybody. So Jesse, why don't you give them just a 2-second overview of how we run our business and how we get business.
So there's obviously two ways of getting in front of people. You can do marketing, which is usually spending a lot of money and broadcasting and mailers and all that. That's one way to get in front of people. Another way is prospecting. And that is kind of how we've honed and learned and grown our sales skills, is by actually contacting people. Sometimes we've done it door to door. Sometimes we've done it on the phone. Sometimes we've done it, holding different types of events like a
open house.
Yeah. Just getting in front of people and talking to them and asking them a series of questions that will lead them to a place where they're ready to close. You're ready to say, hey, would you like us to work together? Would you like to give a presentation? So it's prospecting based, but with questions.
Absolutely. So, Jesse, we learned in our careers that, the main ways are you can either pay for your business and wait for it to come to you, which a majority of the real estate agents do. There's nothing wrong with it. There's certain things that work, certain things that don't, with the marketing, with the online, what do you call it? Social networking and stuff like that. The reality is a lot of that stuff costs money, especially the marketing side of it, or paying for leads. And, I was able to take my business from, 10 deals a year in a 2-year period of time up to over 75 transactions without doing any marketing. So I was, that income, basically is 50,000 to 600,000 in a 2-year period of time with no marketing. So if you want to do it that way, I had to make money at the time. Maybe that was the motivation, but I learned how to do it on a consistent basis, and I can keep my expenses very low and just work a regular, 6 to 8 hour day, take listings and do that. So it doesn't work for everybody, but you can do it at a scale down. You can do a scale down version, and you can basically set up a business plan. First thing you want to do is you want to set a goal. How much do you want to make? What do you want to do throughout the year? Then you want to create a business plan around that. What are you going to do to get there? With that business plan, you want to break that down into a specific action items, a schedule that you follow every day. It's real simple. So you set up a schedule based around your goals and your business plan. You carry that out, take that action each day, and it will get you the desired result. We know this. I know this because I've tracked my numbers for the last 7 to 8 years. And I can tell you by the number of contacts that I make on a daily and yearly basis, exactly how many deals I've closed for the year. It works out every year the exact same. It's based on how much effort I put in. So that's not the only way to do things. Okay. So I want to give you, if you're saying to yourself, yeah, Steve, that's great, but I know you call expires and cancels for sale by owners, and who else do you call? What do you do? How else can you do this? I'm not going to make, I make 20 calls a day currently. That's what I do for my business. And it translates into about 50 listings a year right now. So if that's not what you want to do, if you want to scale it down or you want to do other things, I think that's okay. Okay. If you're okay making $100,000 a year or $75,000 a year, I just suggest that you have a business plan and a schedule, and you're able to carry that out on a consistent basis. So what are some of the other ways that we can get business, Jesse? Maybe traditional, maybe a little bit outside the box. We've all heard some of this stuff, but not everything that we're going to go over. But we're going to go over about 30 some odd different ways that you can take listings. And Jesse, why is it important for us to take as many listings as we can as real estate agents?
Well, one, it's more profitable because you're not driving around spending a bunch of time just showing homes. So it's very profitable. Number two is that you control the inventory and you control the marketplace. You become the employer. You have all these other agents showing your property and working for you to get your property sold. Yeah,
that's, I've watched other top agents at the other office I used to work at. And, I talked to him a few times about how he did his business, and the guy's running around like 12, 14-hour days. And he's doing less business than me, and he's making less money, but he's doing a lot of work and he's doing a lot of business. He wasn't profitable, but the craziest thing was he didn't have a life. And he couldn't understand how I was able to list 75 properties and do 75 deals a year and not work weekends and do open houses. And I said, well, here's how I do it. I make my calls from 8 to 11. I take as many listings as I can throughout the week. I go on my listing appointments in the afternoon, some evenings. And I let you guys go ahead and show the properties and sell them for me on the weekends. So when you take listings, you take a listing, the process for you taking a listing is prospecting or getting that business, going on the appointment, carrying out the listing, the process to get it on the market, which usually all in all is about 3 to 4 hours per listing. Okay. And then it sells. So if you're a listing agent, you're listing the property, all those buyers agents working with buyers in the market you're selling the house for you basically. And if you guys have worked with buyers, that working with a buyer is not a 4-hour deal. Right. You have to set up the showings, then you have to go on the showings, and typically you go out more than one time. So each time you go out with a buyer, even if you're just showing a couple houses, it's like a 3 to 4 hour process. So we know based on the past, research that it takes about 7 times the amount of actual time in the day or week or month to work with a buyer as it does a seller. And, you basically get the same amount of money. So anyway, that's why I like to work with listings and sellers. I want a life, I want to make more money, and I want to kill myself doing it. So there is a lot of different ways to get listings. If you don't want to call people on the phone, which I highly suggest you do, you're going to have to talk to people. We're in the sales business, right, Jesse?
100%.
Yeah. And if we're in sales, we unfortunately are going to have to talk to people eventually to get business. The more people we talk to, the more conversations we have, the more business is going to come our way. That's sales in a nutshell. So let's go over some other ways to get more listings. I'm going to just look at it on my end here, and you guys are going to watch my beautiful face as I'm talking. So number one on the list is contacting your past clients for their immediate personal business or their immediate referrals. Okay. Should I share this, Jesse, or do you have the one that you could share? Maybe you can share it.
I have a PDF of one.
There you go. Is it the same one I have? Oh, wait, I texted you one, right? Don't use that one.
Okay.
Don't use that one. I sent actually, I will share this. It'll be easier.
We'll still see your beautiful face.
Yeah, they will. They can look at my Zillow profile. Okay, can you see that?
Bam.
All right, so contacting your past clients for their immediate personal business or their immediate referrals. Hey, Jesse, this is Steve Merritt with eXp Realty. How are you doing today?
Oh, doing good.
Awesome, man. I hope you and the family are staying safe here with all this craziness going on. Yep. You guys all healthy?
We're managing, yeah.
Awesome. That's good to hear. I'm very happy to hear that. You know, Jesse, I just wanted to reach out. I know it's the holiday season coming up, but you know me, I've got some pretty big real estate goals for my business here in 2021. I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking about buying or selling any real estate in the next 2, 3, 6 months that I can help out?
Well, Aunt Margaret was, and I'm going to see her actually at Thanksgiving, so maybe I'll talk to her about that. I don't know.
Oh my God, man. Jesse, I would really appreciate that. You know, don't go out of your way, but you know, if you do run into her, just say, you know, hey, give this guy Steve Merritt a call. He can help you out with your real estate needs.
You did a great job for us, so you're our guy.
Man, I really appreciate that, Jesse. Well, Jesse, hey, you know, I do appreciate your referrals. And, you know, before I let you go, first, I want to say have a happy holiday. And, you know, when do you plan on moving? Are you guys getting out of this lovely state of Illinois anytime soon?
Well, it kind of depends on a few different things. We'll see what happens next year.
I understand. Well, don't hesitate to reach out if you need to get a price on the sale of your home or anything. All right.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. You're the guy, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Jesse, you have a great one. That's all you do. We got the scripts in our website as well, guys. So I can tell you right now, number one is contact your past clients and ask them who they know that might be buying or selling in the near future. And that goes along with number 2, your center of influence. Same thing, same script, past clients, sphere of influence, people you know, people that trust you, people you like. Don't call the people that are assholes that you don't want to talk to. Pardon my French, but that's just how it goes. If you're not going to call them or you don't want to work with them, do yourself a favor and take them off the list. They're just going to mentally waste space in your head. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Okay.
100.
All right. So call your past clients, call your center of influence. Now we're going to go over different ways to reach out to them besides calling them further down the list here. Calling expired or contacting expired listings. That's what I do every single day, first thing in the morning. Those expireds are the same thing as canceled in our market. Canceled are actually about 3 to 1.
And Steve, what's the best day to call them this coming couple weeks?
You know, I hate to say it, but Friday is going to be a hot one. Next Friday. Black Friday. Is that what it is? Black Friday or whatever. Yeah. People are going to be off of work. They're going to be at home. They're going to be around the family. They're going to be in a good mood. Hopefully they've had a couple of hits of schnapps or whatever, and they're all happy and giddy, and you talk to them. And that's going to be a time you're going to get people at home and maybe get some business. All right. So unfortunately I'm kind of psychotic and I do that. If I don't have, I'm not around family on Friday, I'm going to make a couple hours of calls because I know I'm going to reach everybody that I call.
Yeah. So number 1, when they're home, likely to be home. And number 2, the end of the month, like the 30th or the 1st of the month, because real estate agents, for some reason, set properties to expire or go off the market on the last day of the month. So those are 2 great times to call these people. You don't have to call them every day, but you can, but those are great days right there.
And anybody that's on the call that wants to, that's saying to themselves, I'm not going to call anybody during the holidays. Nobody's going to list their house during the holiday, blah, 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 blah. Just talk to me. Let me know, because that's another course. That's another coaching session. And there's an absolute, there's absolutely objection handlers for that. And there's very, very legitimate reasons why they should talk to you and think about getting their house on the market now, or preparing to get it on the market now, as opposed to January or February, March.
Yeah, we can send you guys that call we did recently.
For sale by owners, that's another one to call. Oh my God, these people hate us. They freaking hate us. I don't want to call them. They're just going to tell me they're trying to save commission. Well, let me tell you something, guys. I'm looking at my calendar right now. I've got a closing in a week and a half, and I'm going to walk away with $7,000 cash. Okay. Why? Because I call for sale by owners every day, and I say, let me see if we have a script for that, Jesse. Do we?
We sure do.
Hi, this is Steve with eXp Realty. I was calling about the house for sale at 123 Main Street. Are you the owner?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Excellent. You know, the reason I was calling, I work with a lot of buyers and sellers, especially right now in the area. And I was wondering if I could help you sell your house.
Yeah. Bring a buyer by.
Great. So then you go through the rest of the script, you make an appointment, go over and see them. So the one that I'm closing this next week, I'll tell you, man, this is a new one. Let's see, I'm going to give you the short version. The short version is I just went over there to do a preview and look at the house, not really with the intention. I've always had the intention to list the property, but I really didn't think it was going to happen. Well, lo and behold, when I got over there and started to have a conversation with these people, they were clueless on the process to sell a home. They'd never done it before. Why did they list their home for sale by owner? I really don't know to this day, but they wanted help. They wanted help selling their house. Fast forward, I'm closing next week. This was like 30 days ago, and it's $7,000 for one phone call and one visit to their house. That's it. So some of these people, the reason I call the for sale by owners every single day is because 1 out of about 50 are like that. They just throw it up on Zillow. They throw it up on some stupid website. No intention of selling it on their own, or no clue what to do. But I just wanted to see what would happen. Well, here's what happened. A badass real estate agent just called you, and you're going to get top dollar for your house. You're going to walk away with a fat check at the closing. Isn't that what you want?
And the good news is NAR says 92 to 94% of every single for sale by owner lists their home for sale, and they pay a commission.
So Taylor, you're new. You're in my group. Go to our website, extremeagentsvip.com. Print out the for sale by owner script. Go to Zillow, or better yet, I got one for you, Taylor. I get the Chicago for sale by owners every day, but I don't call the Chicago for sale by owners. I'm going to leave it up to you to email me and reach out and ask for that list every day. And I will get on a call. I will get on a shared Zoom with you, and I'll call them for you for a couple days, and then you'll learn and be able to do it yourself. If you call those people and take 15 minutes, because there's only a handful, in Chicago, there's probably more. You take 30 minutes every day and call those for sale by owners. If you do that one thing, that's six to 8 deals for you in the next 12 months, guaranteed.
All right. Well,
Sound
we're
good?
then. Yep.
All right. It's up to you. Reach out to me.
All right. I will.
All right. For sale by owners, call just listed or just sold calls. Those are basically a house you just listed. Or what is it, Jesse? You tell me.
Just listed would be, you just go around a neighborhood where a property was just listed. You knock the doors, you call them. A property just sold. It could be yours or someone else, and say, hey, the neighbors just sold their property, and there's a bunch of other buyers that missed out. Who do you know that would like to sell, or when do you plan on selling, right? So you ask them, or hey, any of the neighbors been talking about selling?
That's a big numbers game, but it works. I've got listings out of that before. You can get Mojo for $150 a month, and you can get basically every phone number in every neighborhood in the area, and call around one of my listings. I don't care. Call around, there's 500-600 EXP agents in Illinois. Look at one of the listings, call them up and say, hey, I'd like to just call around one of your properties. Anyway, I was going to tell you a story about that, but it's worthless. A guy got mad. A guy was like, no, those are my contact. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to call them. Okay. All right. So working with current. All right. So here's a good one. I did this today. Any of your current clients you're working with? Hey, Jesse, we're looking good for the closing next week. I hope you've had a good time. I hope you've enjoyed the process working with me to sell the house.
Oh yeah.
How's everything going?
We're excited. We're excited. What you got us to such a great price.
Man, I'm excited too, Jesse. And you know what? My business really is based on referrals. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking about buying or selling some property here in the next, 2 to 3, 6 months?
You know what? I'm glad you asked, because there's a couple of people, they've been asking me how the process is going now. They're thinking about moving, selling.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll forward
Okay.
you the numbers.
I appreciate that. All righty. So ask your current clients. We skipped one there. This is one that, it's kind of outside the box. Everybody got into real estate for a reason, probably got their license for a reason. Well, do you know another agent maybe in the area that, retired or is close to retirement or used to be in the business? Reach out to them and ask, just get some tips from them, but ask them if they have an old database of business that you could call, and you'll give them a referral. All right. So that's kind of a reach, but it does work. People do that. Small to medium builders. There is a lot of agents that go talk to builders and are able to list their homes. Make sure your information. Okay. Referral networks. This is a big one. My partner, Lee Ernst, he's in a couple of these referral networks. Another agent that we have at EXP, John Sy, I think he's done 3 or 4 deals from a referral network. He's in this BNI, Business Network International. I don't know what it is. It's like a referral network. They have meetings once a week. They have Zoom calls, and they basically are in this just to refer business. So you have, insurance people, lawyers, blah, 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 and they share referrals. All right. So that's a good way.
I've made 5-10 grand a year just that alone. Make sure your profile is filled out for the areas you serve, on Workplace, on EXP's site, everything. Put your information on there.
Hold an open house, Taylor. That's what you're doing. I know it's been slow, but we had a tsunami storm last weekend, so it'll probably be better moving forward. But open houses are great.
You can do it virtual. We have a call that we did on how to do virtual open houses.
Hey guys, for anybody that is out there that's a buyer's agent, a little tip: always, always, always leave your business card when you go to a showing at the house. Why? Because if you're like me and you call expired and canceled listings, sometimes they will ask, well, did you ever show my house? Or sometimes they will just call the agents that showed the house from those business cards. I've gotten a call before, hey, you showed the house. We're interviewing a couple agents. We want to get a new one. And that'll be one that calls you before it expires. So you'll be the only 1 or 2 people there to interview for the job. So always take your business card. In fact, that's on the list here somewhere. Give your business card out to everybody, even at your holiday gatherings. If you guys are doing that this year, pass your business cards out to everybody in your family. Say, hey, I got my new business cards. I need to give some of these out. Here you go. Blah, blah, blah. By the way, you send me a referral. I'll be sure to, buy you a Starbucks or buy you dinner, after we make that happen. Another one. Okay, we only got a few minutes, so I'm going to skip to a couple of good ones. A really good one that not everybody does, but the people that do are making a lot of money is network, not just in a networking group, but reach out and network with financial advisors, like those guys from, the hell's the company? Jones. What is that? Jones, the financial advisor. They're like a franchise.
Edward Jones.
Yes, Edward Jones. Reach out to like the 10 of the Edward Jones in the city and just, say, hey, I'm so-and-so with EXP Realty. I'm sure that, with this economy and things changing, a lot of baby boomers, you have clients that need to sell their home. I'd love to be your resource. And why would you hire me? Because you're going to be the person that I call when one of my clients are looking for financial advice. How does that sound? You do that to 5 or 6 different people over time, you're going to get some business out of that. Those are really good resources because they trust that financial advisor. to advise them on who to use to sell their house. All right. So that goes along with not just financial advisors, but your insurance person. Where did I put it in here? CPA, your tax guy, your insurance person, your banker, your attorney. Let's see. Any professional in the market, you can ask for referrals and let them know that you'll refer people to them.
Especially if you already have done business with them. Like
exactly.
They kind of owe you.
Hey, the guy that worked on your house, I've got listings from people that did, the plumber. All right. Anybody that's worked on your property, anybody and everybody that's in contact with people right now is a good source. So that being said, we did a little something different today. We went over some different lead sources. Does anybody have any questions for us? Anything? Let's go. Stop sharing.
Bam.
Rick, go ahead, Rick.
Still meeting tomorrow?
We're not meeting tomorrow. No, there's they have that Hispanic Realtor Association event. We're welcome to go to that, but we're not going to have an actual EXP meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just making sure that that's still on.
Correct. Yeah, this week and next week we're not doing that because of the holiday next week.
Okay, if you go to, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah,
and what Rick's talking about, for anybody on this call, minus Jesse, because you're out of town, I will tell you guys, and Rick will agree with me, I'm sure. The speaker that we've had there, this lady Carmen, she has a real estate school, and not just because she's a realtor that does business and she has a school, she's very, very knowledgeable in working with the MLS tools that we already have and being able to prospect and get business. She doesn't pay for any of her business. She gets it all from the MLS and the information that's already there. And some of the stuff that she showed us is so outside the box and so effective. I'm starting to use it for some of my listing appointments. So I would definitely try to be there if you guys can. I understand we have COVID, but it is what it is. But it's worth it just to hear what she has to say. And not only that, if you know of somebody else that either wants to get their real estate license or might want to, join EXP, or just an agent that's a good agent that wants more information on how to prospect and get business, invite them to that. We have, they always serve dinner and all kinds of stuff. It's definitely worth it. All right. Anybody else?
All right, I just have a quick question. So let's say this kind of doesn't really go with what we were just talking about, but if I have an open house and I have someone come in and I ask them, are you working with someone right now? Since they're obviously out looking for a house, how do I go about that conversation then once they say, let's say they don't have a realtor yet? And of course, I'm like, yeah, I want to work with you.
Perfect. So you're saying somebody comes into an open house and they're just browsing and, first of all, Taylor, when you're at those open houses, definitely get them to fill out information so you can put them into the KV Core site.
Okay.
Also, by the way, I want to make sure you get set up on the Team KV Core site. Could you remind us to do that if we haven't already? You'll get a login.
Yep, I'll remind you.
Okay. And then put them in there because it'll store them in there and it'll reach out to them if you put them in the right category for follow-up. But if they say they're already working with an agent, great. So what's your time frame? Don't push them too much. If they want to talk to them. The reality is, if they're working with an agent, there's a good chance that it's a lazy agent that's not doing anything because they just told them to go up to open houses. Okay. And if they like you better, they'll work with you.
Right. If they're
Uh-huh.
not working with anyone, what are we saying to them? Like, how can I get that? Like, do I just wait till afterwards to follow up with them and then work out if they want to, have me represent them? Or
Jesse, you want to take this?
I got to dip out.
Can I take it?
You got to go. Yes, you can. Cindy, go for it.
Okay, so with open houses, I almost always get a buyer out of them. The biggest thing is just start asking questions. Get to know them, keep going deeper, find out what they're looking for. Even if they have an agent, ask them for the agent's name and number. Say, just so I can follow up with them. So I'm not stepping on toes. I will talk directly to them. Half the time they don't really have an agent. They just say that because they don't want to be bothered. But as far as just follow them around the house, find out where they are. Are they renting? When is their lease up? Just start conversations. And I'm sure Steve will talk you through Ford, but just family, occupation, recreation, and what their dreams are. Those are your topics. And just keep them talking. You don't have to talk about you. Just let them talk and they'll love you.
Taylor, do you see this? Do you see what I'm holding up here?
Yeah.
What's it say?
MMFI.
Make me feel important.
Okay.
MMFI. MMFI. Make me feel important. If you make somebody else feel important, that is going to get you 75% more business. You just want to make them feel important. That's why, Cindy, you're right on. Ask them questions about themselves. So Cindy, I really appreciate you coming out here to the open house today. Tell me exactly what you're looking for and why you're moving. Oh, we're just, we're looking for something just like this, a condo, blah, blah, blah. And so why did you want to get a condo? Just ask them questions, who, what, why, when, where. Make them feel really important about, I'm really focused on you. I want to help you. They'll feel that. And that's the key to converting people and getting the sale. And if you want to expand on that, which I highly suggest, read the classic How to Influence Friends or How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Is that who wrote that? Yeah, I have that sitting right here. That is an absolute gold mine to have for a salesperson. It really helped me in my business.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Yeah. There's no trick to it other than just, asking them questions, making them feel important, like they're the most important person in the world, and then following through with what they want or what you say you're going to do. So then really engage in trying to help them find what they're looking for and say, hey, there's, a couple other things I can do for you is that other agents might not know about is we have private listings. I'm on the private listing network. So I can even look for houses that aren't listed. So that way, you won't be in a bidding war like a lot of these properties end up going into. I can help you get those access to those before they go on the market. Isn't that what you want? Well,
Right.
yeah, perfect. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's start looking for you. Any other questions, Taylor?
Well, I think I'm good. I mean, we had a Redfin agent bring in a couple for a showing after the open house. And I don't know exactly how that works then, like, because they were asking me questions before he got there. Just like, oh, do you have any other listings in the area, this, that, and the other. So I don't know if they're working, because when you go on Redfin, they'll just connect you with someone. So I don't know if that means they're necessarily working with someone like that or.
Again, like Cindy said, that one specifically did have an agent, but I'm going to pause this and just say that if it's Redfin,